The journey of humanity, starting from the cave-dwelling days all the way to the modern digital age, can be framed in terms of fighting ignorance. It would not be wrong to posit that overall, with the passage of time, as humanity advanced, we became less ignorant. And if you agree with that, then you must agree that for a society, decline in ignorance usually signals progress. In this video, we take a look at how this principle applies to individuals as well. More importantly, we will explore three distinctly different types of ignorance that we are all susceptible to. Before we proceed with the rest of the video, I hope we are all on the same page and you would agree that in general, we just casually label people ignorant without ever classifying the level of their ignorance. I think that is unfair because the different levels of ignorance we will discuss today produces very different types of idiots in this world. With that said, let me introduce you to the first level. Level 1. Just plain ignorant. This is the level where for no particular ideological or emotional reason, you lack enough information about things. As a result, if there's a trap involving whatever you're ignorant about, you will fall for it. An example could be someone who doesn't really know much about smartphones going to a store to buy a new phone. Given their ignorance about the subject, a deceitful salesperson will be able to take advantage of them. That's the bad news of being level 1 ignorant. The good news is, being in level 1 means that you can learn better and avoid such traps in the future. This is actually a very natural state one can find themselves in. We start life knowing next to nothing and gradually get wiser as we learn, grow, and experience more things. Level 2. Ignorant, but with confidence. This is the level where you are similarly ignorant as in the previous example. However, what makes you different is that you are confident in your misunderstanding of how things work. It is not that you merely tend to accept the wrong answers out of ignorance. The big problem is in your confidence that keeps you from learning better. While life can be thought of as a journey that helps us get progressively less ignorant via learning, that cannot be said about your life. Our first attempts at learning to understand any subject understandably comes with lots of early failures. But that is not a big deal because, like the level 1 ignorant people, most of us do not confuse our prejudices with confidence. Sadly, you do. Your unearned confidence in your default opinions on difficult questions and their answers gets in the way of that learning. As a result, your type of ignorance doesn't only guarantee that you don't know the answer, it also guarantees that you won't know the answer. Level 3. Narcissistic delusions of grandeur. This one is perhaps the most frustrating kind one can hope to encounter. If you think the previous type was frustrating, check this out. So this type of ignorance inherits the same stuff from the previous type. Where it differs is in the source of the confidence. For the level 3 ignorance, the confidence factor is hooked to a sense of, I cannot be wrong. To achieve this jaw-dropping level of arrogance, oftentimes the subject makes good use of ethereal and often religious ideologies. Those immaterial and larger-than-life sources help the otherwise transparent narcissism to masquerade as commitment to a cause or faithfulness. While there is always a way for life to reach the level 2 ignorant people and shake their confidence in themselves, the same is hardly true for level 3. At this level, it is not as simple as trying to tap into one's capacity to self-doubt. In most cases, it is about attempting to convince them that some holiest of holy book or perfect God or leader is wrong. Since by definition, holy books or perfect leaders cannot be wrong, the ignorant person who appeals to these unquestionable, infallible sources enjoys total immunity from education. It does not matter how strongly the evidence of reality contradicts them, they can always shrug it off. That, at least to me, is the worst level and the darkest of state for a mind to be in. It is almost like a mind is somehow lost and trapped in the darkest depth of the ocean of ignorance. I hope we never sink down to that level, but are always open to being proven wrong. If you agree with that sentiment, then you have stumbled on the right channel. Please consider leaving a comment, liking the video, and subscribing to help grow a less ignorant community. This has been the Scientalist. See you in the next video.